Hey everybody, I think this is like my 8th time recording this now, uh, because I keep on getting interrupted. Shauna, thank you. Um, but I'm just gonna make this little video just to show everybody how to use ImageJ, as well as where to put the data if anybody's confused. So down here, this is gonna be the program we're using is ImageJ. I may have the two, and this is gonna be the main tab we're using as well as this top bar here. Um, so other than that, we're also going to be using the Google Drive photos, more specifically these files, which you guys will be assigned so many of them, including myself. Um, and this is going to be the data set we're working with. So this is going to be the SUS352 data set. And if you were wondering what I was doing earlier today in class, which was, I don't know, what's today's date, the 20th? Yeah, just ignore this. This is a complete mess. This is what we're gonna be more focused on here. This is what's fixed, and it's working right now. So right here, I already have a bunch of things added in for the initial day. Our goal for the day one, for the entire experiment, we're gonna have a bunch of data here. The dates are not supposed to line up because we did not start the contaminant and the uncontaminated on the same day. So maybe like the 28th and one other date. But just to show you guys how to start off with ImageJ, this is what we're going to do. So I know from here, this is where I'm leaving off as I got pick up on here is March 3rd. And some of these photos we may come across may not be the right file, meaning it's like an HEIC file, which is the photo the iPhone takes, opposed to like the JPEG photo, which is required for ImageJ. That's why I was having everybody switch over their phone settings today in class to the JPEG, so we don't have to do this step, so we could just skip it. But I'm just gonna show it anyways because people are gonna need to know how to convert the file, which is pretty easy. So I'm just gonna click this file. We're gonna download it. I already downloaded earlier because this is like my 8th attempt already at this video. So I'm just gonna open this file up, and here we do see it's the HEIC file, which is no bueno. So we're just gonna need to convert it real quick. So you just go to File, and then you could just hit Export, I believe, and it automatically pulls up as a JPEG. If you don't want the file to take up so much space on your computer, usually it's around here. You could lower it to maybe like about that much, just so it doesn't take up too much space on your computer. You can always go back and delete these once we got the measurements done. Just obviously don't delete the stuff in the Google Drive. So we're just going to save it. Now that it's saved, we can X out of that photo. We don't need it. So this is now when we come to the ImageJ um, tab area here. So some people, if depending if you're using the web browser, it may have like the file, edit, image, all right here. But I downloaded it on my computer, so mine's up here. So I'm gonna click the file. I'm gonna click open because I want to open an image, and I'm gonna see my two files here: the image of planaria 29, as well as the HEIC file of it. But this is the one we want because that's the JPEG. So we're gonna hit open. And now that we have our image open, this is what it's going to look like. If it looks like anything else, weird numbers, weird characters, you probably did something wrong. So make sure it's just hitting open and finding that JPEG file that you converted. Um, so that's what you're going to do to download it. Sometimes some of the photos may already be taken in the JPEG. That's what the setting is in the cameras. So I think, for example, I don't know if any of these, yeah, like for example, these photos here are all JPEGs. So we don't have to worry about doing that little conversion if they're already in the JPEG file. So, but if they are in the HEIC file, we have to convert them to the JPEG. But just to go back to it. So then now that we're in the photo, the first step to do is set the scale. So in order to set the scale, you're going to zoom in on the ruler. Usually you could zoom it in. You may be able to zoom in with your two fingers somehow, but you may not be able to move around completely. So when you zoom in, I like to use the plus button on my keyboard, and I make sure that this is between the 1 and 2. So when it zooms in, it's zooming in right on between the 1 and the 2. So now that I have the 1 line, the 2 line, make sure you don't do the 0 and the 1. I usually scratch the 0 because it's not always right. Sometimes the 1 and the 2 will always be right though. And I'm going to take the straight line. There's going to be 3 different options here on the line. So you take straight line, you're going to click and hold and drag all the way to the the 2 centimeter line. So you have 1 centimeter. So now we're going to go to analyze up top, and you're going to hit set scale. So don't delete this because the pixels, you want to leave that. You want to set the known distance to 1, and the unit of length, you want to set it to centimeters. So you're just gonna click OK. Now you could just click out of that to make that line disappear. And you're just gonna hit the minus button just to zoom it out, and then you're gonna find your planaria on the photo, like this one's right here. So you're gonna zoom it in. So now we see our little pickle guy. And then we're gonna go back to this line, but opposed to hitting the straight line, you're gonna like 2-finger click or right click depending what kind of computer you got. And you're gonna go to segmented line. So now once you're on segmented line, you want to click it. This is gonna start it, and it lets you segment it. So opposed to having just one line, you could bend the line. So you're gonna click it, and then you don't have to click and hold. You just kind of click it, and you can move it around. I'll make another little segment here, another little segment here, another one here, another one here. And I want to get all the way to the end of it. So at this point, I'm going to 2-finger click, or you're going to right click. I think that's how it is on the Mac, 2 fingers, or on a right click on a normal computer. And then now that you have the line measured, you're going to go to Analyze, hit Measure, and you'll have a little data that pops up here. And you look at length, and then you see a length is 0.855. That is the length of this planaria in centimeters. So now, just to go back just to see what number this planaria is, I'm assuming it's 29. That's be planaria 29 here. So we're going to go to this data set here. So as we see here, this one was already done. Here it was 29 here, so it was already done. That's not a big deal. This is going to be though for the following one. So we're going to go to 29, and we see that for planaria length, we're going to be putting the length over here, which is 0.855, and we want to make sure we get that date in there too. So we could look at the date. If we go back to the folder, we could ignore the day 5, so just ignore that for now. Go based off of dates like March 3rd. This is from March 3rd, so we're going to do here. And then we're going to type in March 3rd, which is 3-3. So just to show one other photo, maybe that's a little easier to do for this set, for the side of it here. I'm just gonna go, I know this is the update one, but yeah, like March 6th is a great example. I'm just gonna scroll down, I don't know, choose a random one here. I see I just choose the bottom one. Here, let's see. 32, okay, not a good choice. 142. Yeah, let's do 140. That's a great option. So this is going to be 140. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to download it. It'll open up as a JPEG already. So we don't have to do that conversion like we did in the beginning. So we could just exit out of this and exit out of that. Don't want to save it. This you could keep though here. It may just be easier. Let's just click. So we're going to click the image J. Go to File. Open. And then you're going to see that image. We're going to open it up. So we got 40. We'll do the same thing. Have to set that scale. We have to switch it back to straight line. So boom, just like that. We're gonna go to analyze, set scale, 1 centimeter. Okay, click out of that. Minus button out. We'll find our little pickle guy. I'm gonna put the mouse over him so we can zoom in with the plus button. And in order to measure the line, we'll go to segment line opposed to the straight line. And I think this guy looks like he starts right about there. So I might do like 1 or 2 bends here just to make sure I'm accurate. Let's say that looks good right there. And then we're going to do with the 2 fingers a right click. We're going to click analyze, measure. So we're going to have the 0.622 there. So then now we're going to go to our first data set because this is on the first day. Because this folder was called March 6 contaminated initial photos. So we're going to go all the way down to 140, which is right here. So we have that. I don't know what this is here. I'm just going to delete that. 140. Cool. And then this is going to be 0.622. And we'll just put the date here as March 3rd because that's the folder it came from. So that's pretty much it. This is what we're going to be doing. Our goal is to fill the rest of this out for Zola planaria contaminant and planaria contaminant. Once that's full, we're going to be pretty much putting the updates in these following ones, making sure that the dates closest to the initial is what go here, and then as they move further and further out, that's where we'll put them in these. We can just ignore the days. Don't look at that. You just try to look at the dates to line that up. You should find that with these, you may only have like 3 from each group from like a Zola clean, or for planaria at least. There'll be only 3 from planaria clean, 3 from Azola and planaria clean, as well as the contaminated ones too. So you may only have 3. It may look super empty, but we're going to condense that later. For now, that's what we're going to be doing. If you have any questions, just let me know. You guys have my number, so just text me. But okay, thank you everybody, and you should have all your assigned ones right in the group chat. Okay, bye-bye.